Well, I thought I had more Patriotic stuff left from the mercantile, and I only had one sign that I made of Patriotic, so I'm not going to be taking much Patriotic. And I've done 3 or 4 of these wood stars, different sizes, and I had one of them left, so I'm going to do it at Patriotic. I was sitting here testing reds and figured out I liked this one, so I kind of sanded it back so it wouldn't show so bad. So I've got every one of my things marked so I don't do the wrong color. But I chose for the red. It's called, I didn't think this was the ones I picked. Uh-oh, I put the one I picked, I think, back. Because that was that one. I was wanting this one. The one I had was a folk art. Well, hang on, guys. I got to go get my red. I found it. It was the folk art burgundy. And I tried, these both were burgundies, but they were just a little too dark. So then I found the folk art burgundy, and I like it, so I'm going to use it. You can see the difference in reds there, maybe. It's a little more orangish red. It's more, I don't know, but I like this one, so I'm going to use it. And my blue was kind of simple to do because I just got a English navy, and then I'll use my Waverly for the white. And then I don't know if I'll put anything else on it or just leave it. So I'm gonna finish painting this and kind of sand it back some, and at least have 2 items maybe. For the 4th of July. Okay, I want to keep going on this. I finished painting it, and now I'm going to let it dry well and take it out and just stress it down some. And if I had time, I'd put like a little sign on it like Freedom or USA, but I really don't have the time. I'm down to getting the last details of everything put together, so I think I'll just distress it, maybe put some raffia on it or something. Then, like Friday or something, if I have time, I might do something. But right now, it's going to stay this way after I distress it. Now, I showed the old ironing board last week in my house tour, and I've decided it may not be exactly what I was thinking about doing to it, but I do need things for my craft show, and I think this would be cute setting up with stuff on it, and then I could lean things up against it that I have that are longer. So I am going to sand it down, and I think what I'm going to do, I'm contemplating on whether to paint the top black and stain the legs, or stain the legs and paint the top black. I mean, did I just say the same thing? It's hot back here. There's no air. Anyways, I either stain the legs and paint the top black, or stain the top and paint the legs black. I think it'd be easier to paint the legs black and stain the top. So I'm going to clean it up some and get started sanding it down. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stain the top and paint the legs black. But I got to get to work on that. Well, I've made up my mind what it's going to be. The top's going to be stained and the legs painted, because I could never get all the nooks and crannies of the legs sanded down well enough to stain. And as long as I get the very top of this and the sides of the ironing board, it'll be all right being stained. So that's what I'm going to go with. Bottom painted, top stained. Well, I got it sanded down and I brought it in here in the house. It's just hot outside. The back porch, there's no air. And the front porch, I had brought a little hen up, found her with her nest of eggs and one baby chicken down in where my husband dug out for the water well. She goes down in there ever so often to, she gets broody. And this is and it takes her 3 or 4 months before she comes out. And she come up missing about 3 weeks ago, and I figured that's what happened. Then I saw her out back one day getting some water. Anyways, we found her with one baby chick and a pile of eggs. So we went out at night when she was docile, you know, asleep, and got her the baby chicks and the eggs, and we have her on the front porch, so I don't want to scare her. So anyways, this is what I'm going to use on the bottom of the legs. It's just a black paint. I had done something a long time ago. I bought this black paint from Sherwin-Williams and redone something, and I cannot remember what it was. I remember I had the black paint. I went to my craft room and started searching for it, and my paint's in one certain area, but it was to the back, but I knew I had it, and I found it. I'm going to use that on the legs, and I've got Biz Queen set down, and I got me a little rolling chair to sit there and paint. And I think I'll probably, on the underneath here, I'll probably go ahead and paint that black and just stain the top and the sides. Pretty sure that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to get started painting the legs. I've got it mostly painted black. I have to turn it upside down and get spots that I couldn't get to and check it all over and make sure everything's well painted. And then I'll let it dry overnight. Not that I have to let it dry overnight, but it's time for me to get supper. And I want the bottom all painted, and then in the morning I'll stain the top. I think this is going to make a cute display, and I'm going to like the stain on top and black on bottom. Wow, that wood was dry. I had this sitting here to wipe back when I needed to. There was nothing. I mean, it sucked that stain in. It was dry. But I guess if I'd sat in an old silo out in the field for who knows how many years, I'd be dry too. Okay, I picked the golden oak. I had several different colors. One was too red, one was way too light, and one was way too dark. So I ended up going with the golden oak. And look at the way that sucked in spots. I mean, as soon as I hit it, I mean, it'd go on like wet and it just dry. Done. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to put a coat of polyurethane on it also. But I like that. Let me see. Yeah, I like the black with the stained top. I think that's going to make a nice display unit. So now I'm going to let it dry a while and put the polyurethane on it. And I'll be back and show you when it's finished. Alright, I wanted to show you the ironing board after I finished painting it. And there's the top. And that's how it turned out. Now what I'm doing here is I've got my table out, the ironing board, and then I do have a rack to hang things on. And I've got everything sitting on the table. Not everything. I still have quite a few things in the guest bedroom that I have to bring out, but I don't have any more room to put it, so I've set everything out here and making sure it's priced, and then I'll start doing a setup like kind of like how I'm going to want it. And then after I finish that, I'll take pictures of it. So I have kind of an idea of what to do. And when I get there, I'm not scrambling to move things around and make it look nice. So I'm doing a mock-up and taking pictures of it. And that way I can look at it when I get there and set up and be done. Oh, and I want to add, it looks really bare in my house. Because I didn't realize. I'm like, my 2-tier tray is almost empty. Back over there on that chest was all decorated cute. It just looks scraggly. Just places everywhere scraggly. Because I took them off the walls, took them off the stands, and now they're going to this sale. I need to go find my box of decor that I put up just before. Goodness, that was in end of November. Because I've been making that many things and putting them out. Whatever I'm doing, she's in the middle of it. Kit Kat. Kit Kat. Get out of there. Get out of my stuff. Okay, I wanted to show you the setup I think that I'm going to have. And it won't be just like this because I don't know how the space, the width on my space and everything. That and the ironing board might be moved a little different. I don't know. But I wanted to show you how I have it set up. And that's more primitive stuff there. And then this, the country, the farmhouse country. And then the hanging items I put here. And I've decided to go ahead and sell my porch welcome sign because I can make another one. And I did find, actually those blocks I made for me, the firecrackers, I made those for me last year. I must have sold, I had 2 sets in at the Mercantile. They must have sold, I had quite a few things. And all I came home with is that little block flag and then the hanging sign that I'll show you here in just a second. And then I did get this rack thing off of Amazon, and that really helped. That really helped because I had just too much stuff to be setting around. And I put little nails, little gold nails on my iron board and hung 2 things from it. Well, I'll just kind of scan it and let you see what I have. My husband's going out because I got everything set up and then I realized I had my wax melts and no place, I didn't have them out, and I had to pull some things off the table to put them there, but he's gonna go build me a 3-tiered tray thing. Not tray, but you know, cabinet. Just, I'll show you when it's done. If it works, I'll show you. But anyways, he's gonna go build me something there, and I'll probably have to paint it. And then I've got this all set there. And a few things in the front. And then on the hanging rack, this is what I have on the hanging rack on this side. And it will probably be more sitting like out in the middle like this because it is 2-sided. There's my garden angel. And then I put over here all this. A lot of this stuff I done quite a while ago, but I never got it into the Mercantile because I was having the 2 eye surgeries and everything. But that's okay because it left me with stuff for now. But that is a quick overview of how I've set it up. It is just a small town. It's not a big show like a lot of people go to. It's just a little small town farming community. So that's where I'm going to be this Saturday, and I think this turned out all right. It looks pretty good. And when he gets the shelf thing built for my candles or my wax, I'll show you if it works. Well, he's got it put together. And now I'm going to sand it down and probably just spray paint it some color. Probably black. Yeah, probably. I'm getting tired. Getting done. Got it here on a milk can, and I'm going to give it a good sand down and then take it to the garage and spray paint it.